Welcome back, everybody, to me doing the weekly navel-gazing. So that's what we're going to do today, talking about what I read last week, what I maybe will read this week, what videos I made, what videos I'm thinking about, and just, the general usual check-in kind of thing. So let's do that, shall we? Cheers. All right, so how was the week, and how was the next one? We'll start with the reading part, and before that, I want to say thank you, each and everyone, for the birthday wishes. I do really appreciate that, and I do appreciate the fact that I've reached my goal of 800 subscribers by my birthday. That's pretty fucking cool. Now, obviously, I have no further goals for this year. Everything else is dreams, I guess. But let's talk about the reading part. And I did do some reading, not as much as I wanted to, but, busy times and whatnot. So I did finish my reread of The White Rose, the third book in the Chronicles of the Black Company. I'm sort of a bit ahead of myself there with the read-along discussion, but, I need something to listen to while at the gym, and Black Company is easy enough to do that for. I don't want to, the other book that I was mostly reading last week was Finnegan's Wake, and that one is definitely not something I can focus on, or could focus on when I was trying to work out. Just doesn't work. So yeah, I finished The White Rose, and I did finish Finnegan's Wake as well, which was, well, pretty much a mindfuck, and I probably didn't get a lot of it, but I don't think you're supposed to get a lot of it either. It's more like the interesting thing for me was to see how it is possible to play with language in such extreme ways, to do something that I personally really appreciated about it, which is how the way, and this is me having no idea whatsoever, not any background in literary studies or James Joyce whatsoever, but for me the interesting thing was how his language and the way he willfully changed language away from like an actual understandable, so to speak, English into something else, how that approaches or mimics in a way the way us talking is usually us trying to approach meaning. So if you know what I mean, it's like if me talking to you right now is me using words to approximate meaning, something that I can only express through this language. And with Finnegan's Wake, the way I looked at it was, it does exactly the same thing on its language, because the language Joyce used in Finnegan's Wake is an approximation of one specific language in the same way that me using one specific language is an approximation of meaning one layer below that. And even when you look at the structure of the novel, which is very much a modern novel in that regard, right, where you have these different parts, and one is a dialogue, and the next one's a letter, and the next one, they switch up something that you also would get in something like Moby Dick, which does a lot of crazy stuff, right? Or other novels of that era, is exactly that, which is you have a story somewhere in there. There is something sort of like a plot, but you once again approach that and approximate that through all kinds of different perspectives, different styles. Maybe a bit of an encyclopedia entry, and the next one has stage directions, the next part is a song, the next part, and you approximate meaning. And I think that's an important thing to look at in general with books and themes, how we always try to express something that is very difficult to actually get right. So we try to approximate it, we try to get close to it, or to try to get as close to it as is possible with the language that we use in our personal experiences. And that's something that I kind of took away from it. I will definitely have to reread Finnegan's Wake at least, 10 more times to get even close to anything real in there. But it was certainly an experience that I am not sorry I made. I'm just glad it's over for now, and I can, do easy things for a while. Speaking of easy things, I did start my reread of The Water Knife by Paolo Bacigalupi, and yeah, it's eerie how right he gets things and how realistic the stuff feels that he's writing in that book. So there's that, and yeah, I'm still thinking about whether I will do a video about it or not. That's something for the future. But yeah, that's sort of all I've read this week. And I started reading Jingo, which is book 21 of the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett in publication order, because we're going to talk about that next Sunday, the 10th of July. So if you want to jump in and talk Jingo with me and other people, that's your chance, and we'll do that next Sunday. And it's a fantastic book. It does a lot of things right in a way that, say, Interesting Times didn't do. So I'm glad I've started that. But, you know, that's a reread I've done like probably 10 times by now in my life, maybe more. I don't know. So I'll, yeah, I'm just doing that on the side. Yeah, that's sort of all my reading right now. I'm going to finish The Water Knife, I guess, today. And then the question is what I'll read next. When it comes to videos, yeah, I did like a Discworld video because it was time to do that. And I did that tag on my birthday, the mid-year freakout tag. Once again, thanks for all the views, thanks for the comments and likes and whatnot, and birthday wishes, of course. I do very much appreciate that. It was kind of fun, although I don't think I'll be doing a lot of tags in the future. I just don't feel like I don't know, most of the tags I just don't feel, I guess. But then again, no one tags me anyway, so I guess I'm safe in that regard. And then I didn't do any more videos, which is obviously a bit of a shame, but we'll talk about what I'm planning now, I guess. So yeah, I'm currently, as I said, reading The Water Knife, and I might go and reread The Wind-Up Girl as well. And see, that's sort of the thing. Once again, it's like I'm now reading these novels, and I have this like vague idea of looking at, say, what Paolo Bacigalupi is trying to do here with these near future techno thriller sci-fis that are very much concerned with the way we as a species are currently ruining our planet, and you know, that's something that we've obviously spoken about before. Last year when I talked about both Ministry of the Future and Termination Shock by Neil Stephenson, and I was thinking about maybe also looking at, say, Demon and Freedom TM. Is it Freedom TM? Those books by Daniel Suarez, and maybe some more of his books, to get a feel of like how that specific subsection of science fiction, that near future thing, has developed over time, because maybe there's something in there for like an actual thesis for a video that goes beyond just like, hey, read these books, they're cool, and maybe don't read these because they suck. In my memory, Demon doesn't suck, although I think me reading it now will be a much more critical reading than what I did when it first came out, and I was like, wow, cool, someone gets hackers right. And yeah, there's a lot of problems with those books, I feel. And maybe there's something there or not, but that's sort of something that I was thinking about, maybe doing that, and maybe I'll just do something else entirely. There's obviously always that chance that I get something in my head and I was like, you know what, I'll do that. I will start reading The Demon Princess by Jack Vance real soon, because I think like next week is when the final one is supposed to come out on Audible, and then I can just like binge the entire series, which is sort of what I want to do real soon. And then I'll definitely talk about that. But until then, who knows? Definitely some more Jingo reading, because I need to reread that in full for the discussion. So yeah, I'll read that. And possibly The Wind-Up Girl. All right, videos. Yeah, I already said that maybe there's something there with The Wind-Up Girl and The Water Knife and some of these other like near future kind of techno thrillers. Maybe there's something there. I don't know. I'll just keep digging at it. I have another idea for a video that I really want to do, and it just may take a while. So here's the thing, is like, I had an idea for a video. I even did something I usually never do, which is I wrote down an outline and actually, structured it and everything. And I sent it to John to look over, and he seems to think it's cool. And I still want to do that, but the way I'm imagining it right now is more of I don't want to call it a video essay because that sounds so pretentious, but I want to, film those individual sections, subsections of the video individually, and then edit them together, maybe even have like a nice title card in between. Maybe, we will see. Maybe even go and film them in different locations so it doesn't get too boring for y'all to listen to me sit here and, But then I need to edit it, and that will be more difficult than what I'm doing here, which is just like rambling for a while and then switching out the camera. So I will have to figure that one out, and probably even when I shoot all those individual pictures and individual sequences, the editing may take a bit longer than what I usually do, so I don't know when that will be out, but it's, I think, something that I wanted to talk about a lot before. I did, in part, talk about it before, which is that whole thing of how social media and social media presences of authors and maybe even BookTube and how those things interact with each other. It connects to the whole, like, death of the author thing and stuff like that, and I think... As I said, I've made videos on that before earlier this year. I just feel I didn't do a good job. I want to do it like a proper job and make it actually comprehensive in a way. But as I said, that will take a bit more time because I need to film those individual ones. I guess probably some at least I'll film multiple times to make sure they or what I want them to be, and then I need to edit the whole thing together, which, if you ever try to edit videos using FFmpeg, you will know is not exactly easy, because I'll have to do a lot of, like, sticking around on, like, a command line for that, and make sure it looks good. And that's obviously the other part that always keeps me away from editing, is like, I can't see the results. I can make something and then I'll show it to someone else and they're like, yeah, this looks cool. And I'm like, but does it though? Does it look how I imagine it looks? I don't know. And you may notice that I'm not like the most trusting person in the world, so that's kind of tough. But I do have ideas on how to do that, and we will see, I guess, hopefully. I want to have this out by the end of the week, so when we're talking about next Monday, I'll certainly be able to say, yes, I've done this, or give you an update on how far I have come with it. That's sort of where I am with this right now. And beyond that, I have no ideas what kind of videos I'll do in the next couple of days. I feel kind of lost a bit, but that's like a general thing. I mean, that's like part of the whole, like, birthday thing, right? I celebrated my birthday the usual way, which is, hang out on the castle gardens, get drunk, play heavy metal, those kind of things, and I'm in this weird spot where I feel I need to do a lot of changes to my life right now to make sure I still have a life in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but I'm also not quite sure how to go about it and which direction to actually go. It's a weird place where I'm at right now mentally, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know which steps to take. I just know that I need to do that right now, and we will see how that goes in the coming weeks, I guess. Hopefully not too long, because, as I said, it's time's kind of short, and money is even shorter, and I need to get that stuff organized and sorted out. We will see. Hopefully. I mean, I'm repeating myself here, but see, that's part of it. It's like I'm trying to take one step after another. There's a huge thing, like one release that I fucked up multiple times, but it's finally at the pressing plant. Will hopefully arrive this week, so I can leave that part behind me and get to the next part. And I don't know, all these issues that I need to get sorted through one after the other, and make plans that, I will not end up in these dire straits anytime again soon. So that's sort of where I'm at with that and with my life in general. And I think that's sort of like part of it, right? Is as much as I want to do more videos and more YouTube stuff, I guess the other part has a bit of a priority, which obviously is the other part. Is like it's easy for me to just ignore all my life problems and just, like, sink back and binge read a book, and then maybe even make a video about it, and then I feel like actually done something productive because I've made a video, which is fantastic, but behind me everything is just falling apart, and that's not how things should be. So yeah, I want to make that video because I feel I have something good there, and I'll do that over the next couple of days. And beyond that, I'll just try to figure out what I'm doing or what I'm going to do in the near future. Who knows? I'll certainly read some books and I'll talk about them with you. And I do have like other ideas of videos still in my head that I want to do, but you know, it has to feel right in the moment, if you get me. So that's sort of where I am right now. I hope you had like a great week. I hope you read some cool books, listened to some good music. I don't know, had a great time despite, you know, the world being the shit place that it is. And I wish y'all like a really cool week this week. Let's actually get stuff done and be cool about it. How does that sound for a change, right? Anyway, see you in the next one. Cheers.